just join our commentary team right now. John Wells and Barry McDermott are alongside Ben Pro.
Thanks very much, Eddie. Well, Tom Crossley will be the man in the middle shortly as Workington and Whitehaven prepare to get Rugby League's inaugural Summer Bash underway. A big Whitehaven contingent there, you see. Well, Blackpool may be known as a town of fun and frivolity, but it's deadly serious by the seaside as the bottom four in the Kingston Press Championship go head-to-head this weekend, with 9th place Huddersfield meeting bottom club Doncaster tomorrow. The Cumbrian heavyweights are locked on 6 points each in 10th and 11th position. This really is the big one for these two great rivals. Going through the work, there is Phil Beavers, the Workington coach. Achieved so much in the game, of course, 13 seasons with St Helens. Won 15 of his 40 matches as Workington boss. And their opposite number, James Coyle. Just on the walkie-talkie there. Actually 2 tries in 7 Workington appearances 2 years ago, James Coyle. There's his brother Thomas on the pitch, younger brother. Played under Dennis Betts and the Wigan Academy when he started his career, and I know that the relationship between James Coyle and Betts as the Widnes coach and Whitehaven coach respectively is a hugely healthy one, and along a lot of the reason why the dual registration is set up as it is at Whitehaven. Well, we're underway and it's going to be Whitehaven in possession first of all, and that's Jordan Sigismo. Huge match, good tackle coming in from Shapley there. Always plenty of spice when these two meet, but this has got an added edge given what's at stake in the championship this season.
Well, it's going to be a fantastic event all over the weekend, in and around the ground, around the place. Everybody really looking forward, not only to watching their team, but everybody else in the league. There's a bit of a loose offload, but these two teams have been rugby league rivals since 1948. No quarter given, no quarter asked for. They'll be looking to exert their physical dominance right from the off.
Kick bounces, and it's Tierney to bring it back. Hat-trick against Doncaster last Sunday, Lewis Tierney. The tackle comes in from Richard Beaumont, brings Oliver Gildart, for the Wigan dual reg player, to his knees, and now it's Miller, Elliot Miller, 6th season at Derwent Park. Good tackling though from Whitehaven in his early stages. It's Thomas Coyle there, alongside Beaumont. Scampering run though, coming in from Mattinson, the Workington captain. 5 seasons with the club. He made his debut against Workington as a substitute back in February 2006. The kick comes in from Shorrocks.
A very consistent performer, Graham Mattinson, one of the 3 ever presents on shore for Town this afternoon. I'm just trying to get a feel of both teams and what they're looking to do. Whitehaven, while they were defending that last set, looked intent on putting some good contact, good shoulder contact, and again trying to be physical with their opposition.
Well, they'll be in need of some confidence as well, restricting that opposition meters in those early stages, getting a feel for the game. They had a bad result coming into this game this evening, and of course when the 2 teams last met on the wrong end of a 40-0 hiding, so there's a point to prove here for the Whitehaven boys.
Yeah, as you say, John, the last meeting, a 40-0 drubbing by Workington at Derwent Park, the biggest winning margin ever over their bitter rivals. Also won 26-0 in pre-season as well.
Good take, fantastic take, and a good return as well. Jack Murphy, the former Wigan player, he's got wonderful balance, good footwork. We all remember that fateful day in the playoffs when he came in for Sam Tompkins. A bit of a difficult night, but I'm sure he'll want to get a good foothold in this game and get on the end of some of the good work from players like Graham Mattison.
Another eye-catching run from the hooker there, the captain.
They're working to look the settled side coming out of the yardage sets. They're making more ground, making it easier. The setup's better. and the ends to the sets have been great. First one through Horrocks. It looks like Shorrocks will be the go-to man again. Big raps we're hearing out of Wigan for this young man. And look at the kick chase as well. Good start.
Great kick, and it's been fumbled. It's Shorrocks who was first to react, and unlucky there.
Oh, your man nearly picked up the ball. He's a fantastic player, Jake Shorrocks. Of course, come through that Wigan system, gaining some valuable experience. Pressure from Jared Stack. I want you to watch the back three of Workington. Phillips on the right, or Phillips on the left, sorry. Stack on the right, and Liam McAvoy, the number 13. Strawberry blonde. Beans is his nickname. Liam McAvoy just gives away a penalty. A little bit too enthusiastic. Trying to slow the play of the ball down. There's a stray hand in as well from Jake Shorrocks.
So an opportunity for Whitehaven. Yet to score a point against this Workington defence so far this season.
Ben, in case you're wondering, I'll tell you why he's called Beans a little bit later. I'll keep you in suspense.
This is Grant Gore. A couple of substitute appearances with Workington 2 years ago. And Louis Jouffret.
There was a mistake there from the young Frenchman. For a couple of seasons he's been making his way through the Warrington Wolves academy system. He's predominantly a halfback. I'm guessing he's going to be more of a distributing type of fullback rather than a runner, but we'll wait and see. There's an early mistake.
Just a word about the two Frenchmen making their debut, Louis Jouffret and Jordan Sigismo. Talking to James Coyle this week, he said their commitment and their attitude has been absolutely first class as the ball's knocked on. They arrived on Tuesday. They both left home at 6 o'clock in the morning. They drove 2 hours to the airport. They flew to Manchester. They drove up to Whitehaven. They trained that night and they stayed on for extra training. And James Coyle, I know, has been incredibly impressed, and that is why those two Frenchmen are in the side today.
Yeah, another mistake from Workington. Young Tom Walker coming on what we would call a drop-off, just a simple play, back against the grain. Took his eyes off the ball, and it's Workington's turn to defend a little bit more.
Jesse Joe Parker played the ball. Tyler Heppy now.
A couple of strong runs already from Tyler Heppy, really setting a platform for this Whitehaven attacking line. They're set up deep, they've got numbers to the right if they want them.
Beaumont played it. That was Dion A. And now McAvoy. Coyle scanning. He's going to go himself, Thomas Coyle. Important tackle coming up from Mossop. Still not dead though, and could be a chance here. Grant Gore is awarded the try, the opening try of this Cumbrian derby. Grant Gore, the Wigan-born, he's on dual reg from Widnes. It's his third try of the season. 2 substitute appearances against Workington 2 years ago. With Workington, I should say, and now he turns into a destroyer.
Well, here's the mistake from Tom Walker. And from that possession, it's been a confident start from Whitehaven. That pass is on the button from Louis Jouffret. Gives a bit of think time to young Grant Gore, who simply just drops the shoulder, steps off the right foot, has good grip on the ball, and that'll do his confidence some good. And it's the support run of Dave Allen that just gives again. You combine the accurate pass of Jouffret with the support run of Dave Allen, and it makes Grant Gore make that decision, and it's the first try to Whitehaven.
And it's important. That's important to understand how the gaps open up like that, and how he's been able to get through the hole. Graham Mattison, it was the hooker for Workington, who took the dummy line from Dave Allen. Great opening try.
Louis Jouffret taking on the kicking responsibilities as well. Unsuccessful with his first attempt.
There we see nice little dummy, reach out, full control of the ball. Open the score and be very happy with himself, Mr. Gore, and that'll settle the nerves.
Restart taken, and now Coyle. Mattinson in with a good tackle.
Yeah, I talked about the back three from Workington in Phillips, Stack and McAvoy, but Tyler Heppett, I think some of the older viewers will remember Brad Heppett, a very competitive, combative style of player, played at played at Castleford.
Both with capital C's as well.
Yeah.
Combative and competitive.
Oh, my word, yeah, very fierce competitor, so Tyler seems to have inherited that attribute.
There is Jonathan Walker now. Untidy play the ball.
They're really shooting themselves in the foot at the moment. Workington, interference at the play, the ball, got the feet in there, trying to clear the ruck, but not quickly enough for the referee's liking. And yet another prime position for Whitehaven.
Louis Dufresne's kick puts them deep into Workington territory. Coyle. Gore. And over the top, it's a great try. And Jordan Sigismo on his debut goes in for Whitehaven.
Good boys!
Unbelievable start for the French Rugby Union convert. Well, I said they'd yet to score a point against Workington this season. They've now got 2 tries on the board inside the opening 10 minutes. Great start for James Coyle.
Whitehaven gifted the position for another infringement in and around the ruck, and they take full advantage. Great shape out the back. Dion A with a superb pass, pulls Tierney in, and then Sigismo over in the corner with a natural overlap. The fullback will provide you in that attacking line. Very well taken by this Whitehaven side, and they look good for that 8-0 advantage.
Well, I'm going to credit Dave Allen again. He's the first runner. Ultimately, he doesn't get the ball, but he holds the defensive line up. And we'll have a look when we get the reverse angle, what it does. It's Liam McAvoy who buys that run. He buys that solid run of Dave Allen, and then everybody else is just struggling just a little bit to readjust from that point.
They're the difficult reads to make as well, because you're on goal line defence, you have so little time to make a judgment. So when you've got a true line runner like that who's making you accountable as a defender, it gives that defending line very little time to adjust and move on with the quality of the pass that Dion A provided.
Compatriot Louis Jouffre with this attempt. And Jouffre already faced the likes of Lewis Tierney and Doran and Shorrocks with Warrington Academy, like you were telling us, Barry.
Good start from Whitehaven. Watch Dave Allen here. It's Liam McAvoy who just bites in too much, and then it's like a domino effect. And we also see Oliver Gildart. He makes the decision to come up. He opens that door, and it's a wonderful pass from Dion A.
Here is Parker. Not many would predict this Whitehaven start. Already lost 40-0 and 26-0 this season, of course.
They've not had to work very particularly hard for it, have they, though, Ben? That's the thing. They've been given position and possession due to the infringements, continuous infringements around the ruck by Workington. They need to tighten that area up, because Whitehaven looked full of running in that red zone, that red attacking zone area.
A consideration for every team that will watch over the weekend. For many of these players, it's the biggest game, the biggest occasion they've been involved in. Great movement from Whitehaven again, so they'll need to deal with the nerves, they'll need to settle themselves down. I don't believe that Whitehaven, we've had 12 and a half minutes, I don't believe that Workington, should I say, have settled down into the game yet.
Kick comes in from Grant Gore. And they're going to get some more possession here. Jack Murphy it was. He's come up with the error. It's one-way traffic at the moment.
And Jack Murphy would catch them 999 times out of 1,000, but he just loses his footing, bounces up off his chest. I think it was a good kick, aimed at the floor, meant to bounce and be difficult to deal with, John.
Yeah, it was a cruel bounce of the ball. He got his feet in a little bit tight to that. Ball kicked up There's very little you can do in those situations. You think that given the start that Workington had putting themselves behind the 8 ball, you would think Jack Murphy, you don't blame him for trying to clean that up as opposed to letting that run through potentially for a more dangerous situation, but that's what's happened. They find themselves defending again.
And more concern perhaps coming up for Phil Vevers. Whitehaven, remember, shipped 60 points in last weekend at Halifax, lost 60 points to 18. Workington ended a 10-game losing away sequence by winning 37-6 at Doncaster. But it's Whitehaven who've got all the confidence in these opening stages.
Well, it's this left side of Whitehaven. Every time they get the ball, Workington are struggling.
Coyle just drops it off for Jonathan Walker. Held up though.
No, Jared Stack doing an excellent job keeping the big fella up, clamps the ball. Jared Stack, the Australian forward, does a good enough job.
Well, Workington already, they've got the numbers wrong on the short side. Too many short sides, so they're going to have an overlap here. Oh!
Mix up between Grant Gore and Dave Allen. 2 players with witness connections, of course. Tierney now.
In the first set when Whitehaven defended, we'll see the mistake again. That wasn't his ball to take. Grant Gore just dummying on the inside. There's a penalty from Whitehaven, but the first time that Whitehaven had to defend in this match, they were very enthusiastic. There's a bit of aggression, probably too much for the referee's liking. And the brother of the coach, Thomas Coyle, giving a penalty away.
Sure they're talking to at half-time.
The number one priority for Workington now, get to the end of this set, get a kick away and try and apply some kind of pressure, whether you get an aim for a repeat set, at least restrict the meters the back three are going to be able to get from this. That's number one priority for them now, because they've had a really unsettled opening 14-15 minutes of this game.
I agree, John. They need to get rid of the demons in the mind that are looking at the scoreboard thinking we need to score. They don't need to score, they need to trade sets.
All about composure for Workington Town. That was Phillips, this is Mattinson. Gets the ball away as well, it's a good offload for Miller. There's a player down in back play.
Grant Gore, I think it is. Grant Gore. The marbles are still going round. It's a strong carry.
It's a finger in the eye, it looks to me.
Yeah.
The right hand of Mattinson. And they're very painful, and sometimes they take a minute or two to clear.
Yeah.
Get some vision back in the eye.
Yeah, good start. Keep working.
The physio wants to get him off to take a closer look. Nothing in that from Mattinson. He's simply handing off, and it's an unfortunate accident.
Yep, very delicate area there. Not an awful lot you can do in terms of protection either, Ben.
Absolutely, and we were just saying, Workington trying to get into the match. Does this disrupt the flow? It was their best attack so far. The kick comes in from Jamie Doran. It's been taken as well. I think it's Jared Stack under that.
I think they'll take that. I think there's a bit of hang time, and they're handing the ball over in their opposition's 20. Jamie Doran needs to assert himself a little bit more. So on a season-long loan from Wigan, he's a good player, Jamie Doran.
So part A of the little mini task that Workington have set for themselves completed. They got through an attacking set. They've applied some pressure. Now they need a clean set in defence.
Absolutely.
Try and work themselves back into this game.
Coyle. Dion 8. 6 times a Papua New Guinea international, Dion 8.
Oh, Coyle did a good job. Just accidentally tripped up of the player in the ruck. You watch this, there's a bit of smarts for you here. Watch him. Oh dear.
Was that a slight smirk on the face of Barry McDermott there?
Yes.
Now the net result though is they didn't manage to complete part 2 of that mini task, and once again they find themselves on the back foot. Be very, very frustrating viewing for the coach Phil Vevers, because this surely wouldn't have been in the game plan. They wanted to be much more competitive at the other end of the field early on, and instead they're facing Whitehaven players who are increasing with confidence as the minutes go by.
Tyler Heppy started that set inside the Workington half of the field. Dione plays the ball and Coyle off the back of that. Good run. Stopped by Shackley. Jesse Joe Parker. Dione. Papua New Guinea teammates. Good ball for McAvoy.
Great shift.
Scott McAvoy so close.
Good play from Whitehaven. Accurate passes, everybody in the right space.
Just a couple of metres short as Burns plays the ball. Beaumont now. Richard Beaumont, his first start of 2015 this afternoon. Allen. Thomas Coyle with the kick. Well, they got there first, but couldn't make anything of it.
Yep, Sigismo, he got himself too early. Got into position too early, if anything, and couldn't jump to get over the top of Lewis Tierney. And an easy restart and a 20, and Workington start that task again. They start that mini task again now. Complete the set, get to a kick, and then face up and defend against a Whitehaven side. Really try and grab a foothold in this game, because we're getting to the end of the opening quarter now. We've seen absolutely nothing with ball in hand from Workington.
Perhaps we're about to. This is McAvoy. Liam McAvoy for Mattinson. The runner is Tom Walker. And now Doran. High kick from him. Comes up for Whitehaven though, in the shape of Greg Wild.
Well, that was a full-blooded shot from Elliot Millard. I don't think enough depth on that kick. Needed to be a little bit nearer the line. A bit of a nothing kick. But percentage-wise, they've got to the kick. They need to be better in the play of the ball. It's a little bit untidy from Workington at the minute.
These yards are far too easy as well, Barry. Coyle being able to get out and take 10, 12 metres with ease. That's 2 or 3 times we've seen him do that already.
The kick. Testing Jack Murphy. We saw him spill one earlier in the match.
And it was an early kick as well. I think they felt like they'd made enough metres, and it was time to hand the ball over and challenge Workington. They've given a penalty away. Workington will be mightily relieved to get some field position, get their hands on the ball in a good place for them.
James Coyle succeeded Steve Deacon, of course, in the Whitehaven hot seat. He resigned before a ball was kicked this season.
Oh.
Something here, perhaps, for Workington. Shackley. Mattinson wants the quick play of the ball. It's now Doran. Mattinson again. And busy, McAvoy. There's Liam McAvoy. It's come up though for Jouffre, and Jouffre is quick. Louis Jouffre down the sideline. Louis Jouffre is going to score a sensational try in Blackpool. Louis Jouffre on his debut, 90 metres. What a spectacular score. The 19-year-old halfback from UTC is on a 28-day trial alongside Jordan Sigismo. Smiles from the coach, James Coyle. Well, he couldn't stop talking about them on the phone in midweek. And now Louis Jouffre comes up with a try on his debut in England.
Well, James Coyle, I'm sure, can't believe the start that his side has made. It's a bit of a nothing shift. I'm not too sure what Workington were trying to do. There was the same amount of defenders as there was as attackers. The ball popped up into the chest of Jouffre. He backs himself. It's a dead set race between Jouffre and Durant, and the young Frenchman has too much pace. Good shot again, and it's that defensive pressure from Whitehaven that has resulted in quite a few rewards for them, but that's the best one of the afternoon so far. Fantastic try.
And Louis Jouffre now trying to add the extras with his first successful kick. Drills that between the uprights. At 14-0 is the lead Whitehaven now enjoy. and it's Workington who are putting us against their neighbours.
Yeah, one of the rare forays from Phil Viva's men into Whitehaven territory, and they looked a little desperate, trying to push that pass. Lewis Tierney, who'd come in across from the right-hand wing, who provided a very flat, hard pass to Jason Mossop that he had to try and take under the attentions of the Whitehaven defence. But boy, when Louis Jouffret got in the clear, he turned on the afterburners, and that'll be one for the highlight reel very, very early on in his career.
Not a bad first 22 minutes of a debut. And Whitehaven looking for more. Sigismo it was who plays the ball. Jouffret, accustomed to playing half-back at full-back today.
Very business-like, Whitehaven going about the yardage set. Look very organised. Jouffret mixing it up in the halves with Dionnet. Thomas Coyle bossing things from dummy half, and it's too easy. And look at the meters they've made there. Very clean set, able to put an attacking kick in.
And that came in from Jouffret as well. It's well fielded though by his opposite number, Lewis Tierney. And now it's Gildart. Faced by Wild, he does well. The former St Helens Academy man there. And now Stack. Championship 1 Player of the Year back in 2010, Jared Stack. Also made the Team of the Year that season.
It's a nice opening for Oliver Gildart. But investment for Workington needs to be in the steady rather than the spectacular. They've been erratic. They've given away too much possession, too much position. They've made it difficult for themselves. We're just over 23 minutes. No time at all. 14 points in the modern game. That's not an insurmountable mountain to climb for them either.
Jake Shorrocks with the kick. But Tom Crossley says that the tackler was pushed off the ball, I think was the call.
Yeah, very clear there. Oliver Gildart getting involved.
Really?
Taking Jesse Joe Parker out.
His eyes are on the ball, Wells.
I think the arm going out into the chest. No, there's no attempt to take the ball, though, is there? No. He's not even got himself off the ground.
The ball, well, yeah. So, I'll bow to your expertise on that, Wells. For the first time...
You're saying expertise in the loosest possible term, Barry. I know you are.
Mutual respect.
But again, you're looking at Whitehaven and how easy they're getting through these sets. Very impressed with Dionnet and that link up on that left-hand edge to Jesse Joe Parker. Still a real handful in attack and a great ball. It's Dionnet through a gap.
Dionnet flings the pass. That's a great ball as well to McAvoy. And McAvoy finds Jordan Burns. And Jordan Burns with another Whitehaven try. He's not giving it yet though, Tom Crossley.
Well, it'd be a shame if this one gets turned down, because that was some superb handling, keeping the ball alive. The Whitehaven attacking side, keeping their shape as well. What's the referee looking for?
Well, they're ruthless this afternoon, Whitehaven. A 50-50 call goes for them. They go right up the other end of the pitch. All kinds of things to look at, but Jesse Joe Parker, he's the threat. They're looking at that. Is there a knock-on? I don't think so.
Well, it's Ted Chappell who fails to gather it, but that very clearly goes backwards. And Dionnet to gather that up.
It's good push from the young witness player.
I'd be happy to let that go. I think I don't see a major problem with that. But it's the way they play off the back of it, Barry, that impressed me. They found the space on the field, and there's nothing wrong with that grounding at all. I expect the try to be awarded here, and Whitehaven to extend their lead.
Well, Jordan Burns missed the last 4. Is he going to return with a try? He is. It's his 3rd try of the season. He got one in their best win of the season, an 18-16 win over London, who of course spent 2014 in Super League, and now a try on the big stage here in Blackpool as Whitehaven continue to extend their lead.
The threat all comes from the ease with which Whitehaven are able to get down the field, and then A and Parker combining in the middle. The knock on, and A taking the second phase ball, getting it out and shipping it out, having that vision to get out to the space. And the players who've kept their positions in Greg Wild and Jordan Burns on the edges, and this is looking like a very, very competent first half performance now from Whitehaven.
Jouffre. Difficult angle for him, just fades away. Still, it's an 18-0 Whitehaven lead now, and real problems mounting up for Phil Beavers as James Coyle looks on.
No problems for Coyle. Beavers watching on, thinking, what has happened here? Some beautiful balancing skill from Dion A. Holds that ball in one hand, evading defenders, and finds a lovely left to right pass right on the button. And this man's causing Town some problem. I think the halfback, Dion A, will have that familiarity in it. He'll be giving him an early ball. Jesse Joe Parker, give it me early, let me make those decisions.
Both players, great footwork, great hands. Dion A ever present for Whitehaven this year. And they look now, as they're getting some confidence, and again another quick break from the ruck. That's what's so dangerous, and that's what Workington are struggling with at the moment.
James Newton on the field now. Now Dion A.
Look again, Ben, where they get to. You know, it's another 60-metre set, a nice kick, a chase off the back of it, and a committed chase as well. And Lewis Tierney, very little room to manoeuvre. That's an excellent set.
Absolutely nowhere to go. Well, plenty more coming up today in this big bash. London-Sheffield, 4:45 on Sky Sports 3. And that's followed by Bradford against Halifax. Two former Super League sides, of course. Kick-off 7 o'clock for that one, also Sky Sports 3.
A couple of crackerjack matches coming up. Can't wait for those. We already had one match as well. North Wales Crusaders playing Swinton. And the Welshmen walking away with a trophy. Swinton put up a gallant fight, but it's all about the Cumbrians now.
And given that they've been nilled already twice this season by their nearest and dearest, how much would Whitehaven love to nil Workington on this pitch?
That's a good kick return from Jordan Burns. Leggy but powerful wingman, and a really positive start to the set once again. Just look at the way they're getting involved. There's your left winger Sigismo on play 2, and again another easy 7 or 8 metres around the ruck. This is something that Workington are really going to have to address. Phil Beavers will be formulating a plan to speak to his men at half-time, really tightening that ruck area up, getting the line speed going. But having said that, Whitehaven come up with an error. It's Dave Allen made the knock-on.
And his opposite number, Brett Phillips, profited.
I think that's an attempted offload. Dave Allen, very skillful player, played with him during his time at Widnes. I know he won't be enjoying this at the minute. They've been outplayed, they've been outfought and outfought for the opening 30 minutes or so in this match.
Murphy clung on, that's great work from Gildart to find Tierney on that right-hand side. Horton. Kurt Horton, 13th appearance from the bench. Forber.
That's a good line, good line. Brett Phillips, perhaps if it had took a little bit more of a swing to the right, he was through.
Carl Forber dropped last week, returned for this one. Knock on there though.
Well, they're starting to build some pressure now, Town.
Going to have a repeat set here.
Ball goes up, it's a competition. Coaches will tell you, just get in the frame, make an effort. An air swing, well, from Dion A.
At second view,
Dion A.
I'm not sure whether Sigismo gets a finger on this. It looks maybe that Gildart's knocked the ball back, and that's a clean catch by Jesse Joe Parker. Maybe a little hard done to there.
Well, they need a little bit of luck, Workington. They've had none so far.
And you say that right, Barry. They've got themselves into a position where at least they can get in there and they can make the referee make a decision. As it stands, the first repeat set for as long as I can remember for Town.
I don't think you're right, by the way, but there you go.
This is Horton for Workington, desperate to get a foothold back in this match. Is that the platform, that possible slice of luck? Mossop. Jason Mossop tackled by Burns. And now Forber, looking lively. Picks up Coward. Chris Coward just stopped a couple of metres short. Doran, Forber. That was Shorrock's over the top. Tierney.
Just a little bit lateral. Somebody needed to straighten up.
Gildart with a kick. It's going to be too long though.
And that's a poor end as well. The ball movement from left to right from Workington was too lateral, and that kick's too heavy. I think his dad, Ian Gildart, the former Wakefield and Wigan forward, would have been proud of it, but I'm not sure Oliver will when he watches it again.
3 games on loan at Salford in Super League this season for Oliver Gildart.
On the line, that's all, Chris. Go.
Whitehaven looking to post more points.
Move, Chris! On the 10, mate, Toll, go.
It was
Sam Brooks has worked, sorry Ben, Sam Brooks has worked really hard since he's come on the pitch. His effort is good.
5,
last one coming up.
Hold. Go.
Allen will play it for Whitehaven. Newton back.
Well.
The kick comes in, but it's taken well.
1. Move. On the 10, guys, Toll, fellas. Go.
8 minutes to go to the break. 18-0. Whitehaven lead, and Lewis Tierney trying to lead the challenge for Workington. Remember, both these sides locked on 6 points apiece in 10th and 11th.
Well, just as I'm complimenting Sam Brooks, he's culpable for a penalty. Not getting away from the ruck, Lewis Tierney. During the Wigan days, Tierney and Murphy, one on the wing, one at full-back, would often exchange roles, give each other a break and just keep asking and posing questions to the defenders. Who's going to be there? Who's going to be the runner? Who's going to be the passer?
Elliot Miller. Good pass as well. Going to Tierney again on the right-hand side. Big tackle there came in from Tyler Heppy. Gildart didn't like it. Here is Stack. Great offload there to find Gildart.
Tyler, move!
Once again, they're burning through tackles. They're not leaving themselves an awful lot of opportunity to put together a structured attacking play. Tackle 4 already. Not a lot made in terms of metres, not a lot done in terms of threatening the opposition line. This is very, very comfortable for Whitehaven, despite the area of the field in which they're defending.
Brett Phillips, Whitehaven born, plays the ball. A good kick from Forber. They've done enough to trap him.
Excellent kick, as he just managed to get out. Well, Greg Wiles done an incredible job there. It was a fantastic kick. And now it's Workington's turn to apply some pressure while they're defending. Elliot Millier, who's a very sparky player, full of energy, needs to get back in that defensive line if he can.
This is something they've not been able to do for the entirety of this first half. Really get off the line, get this line speed moving now. And again, very, very soft and easy meters back in around the ruck. Whitehaven not having to work incredibly hard to get themselves out of danger and to get to the end of sets. It'll be interesting to see the completion rates, actually, of the two sides, because this looks very, very accomplished, easy, and an attempted 40-20. That's a great strike.
Great effort from James Newton. Unlucky in that can get the desired outcome. This is Murphy, though, for Workington.
There's a few walkers for the Workington team. Few walkers. They've expended a lot of energy. Been defending for large parts. You look at the Whitehaven team. They look full of energy, full of enthusiasm. Plenty of petrol still in their tanks.
And sometimes the statistics can belie what you see on the field. 80% completion rate for both sides. I didn't expect to see that. But of course, perhaps that's the different story. The completed sets, Whitehaven getting to the end, getting to a kick, affecting a good chase off the back of it and restricting meters, which has really set them up for those attacking plays.
And Wellesley, as we well know, it's not just about holding on to the ball and getting to your kick, it's about what you do, what questions you pose. Oh, there's a mistake! Greg Wild, it was too easy, there was no chasers.
And he'd done so well, hadn't he, a couple of minutes ago to get himself back in the field of play.
Sometimes those are too easy, and the perception is he's almost clocked off, he's stopped concentrating, stopped focusing, he's maybe thinking of the next thing he's going to do.
Returns after fracturing a collarbone at Bradford. Greg Wild, third appearance of the season.
Good chance for Town now. Doran and Shorrocks, let's see what you've got.
That was Shorrocks. Now it's Tierney and Gildart. Dion A trying to muscle him over the sideline. Not succeeding though. Tierney again. Can't get away from Sigismo. Good run.
There's a shift coming here. You watch for Brett Phillips on the left, Workington's left.
Ulster it was who got them into this position. Pass from Shorrocks, are they over there? It's Jared Stack as he snaked out an arm. He has! Jared Stack, with half-time imminent, has given Workington a lifeline in this game. Phil Beavers with something to take into half-time. Jared Stack with his third try of the season. 10 appearances this season, he got a try in that 40-0 win over Whitehaven, and now strikes again against the old enemy.
Well, here's the unfortunate mistake from Greg Wild. Gave the scrum to Workington, and everybody was expecting Brett Phillips to get the ball. He's the blonde-haired back rower on the left. He's been the left edge runner. Well, what about that? Excellent camera angle to watch Jake Shorrocks. He's the right-sided back rower. Jared Stack, he's come from the opposite side, and it's a no-look pass, or better than a no-look pass. He's looking behind the player who he passes. A great piece of skill from Jared Shorrocks.
And he's hit a really uncompromising line there, no room for error whatsoever in terms of his handling on receiving the pass from Shorrocks, and he deserves all the credit he gets for that. Rode the tackle of Scott McAvoy extremely well and reached out to give Workington something to work on in that second half.
Can Forber add the extras? No problem at all. And so in the 37th minute, Workington get that lifeline and make the most of it. Only trail by 12 now. And it's a half they haven't been in truth.
Well, just watch the quality. Outstanding from the young Wigan Academy player. He looks behind, so all the defenders assume that the ball is going out, and assumption is the mother of all you know what.
And we have that discussion again about the attacking shape. This time of Workington, Jack Murphy was making a really arced run out the back there as well to keep the Whitehaven right edge defence accountable for everything they were doing. And then lovely soft hands from Shorrocks and Stack on reception. And Workington's half-time speech is perhaps tempered somewhat from what it was going to be a couple of minutes ago, because it's not been a great performance by them in this first half, far from it.
No, and Phil Beavers, when he's preparing for this game, he's trying to get his team ready for what he thinks might happen and what he thinks might work. Well, Workington have had a look at what does work, and that, as you say, John, will make his information to his team just a little bit different.
Is there time for a second Workington try before the break? Great ball from Forber. Picks out Olstrom. Miller. Kick goes high from Forber. He's made a difference since his introduction.
He has, Ben, you're right. That's meant that Jamie Duran has gone to 9. There's a Whitehaven penalty. Again, I think they're a little bit unlucky.
For me, it looks like he gave up on the catch. Again, he looked like he'd overrun it. Yes, certainly he was at the start of that run. It's Kurt Horton who ends up giving the penalty away. Looked like he was going for the ball. Realised he'd overrun it, perhaps got a little close and just followed through on Sigismo. And these are the things that Phil Vivers will be talking about in the half-time break. You know, you get to the end of the set, you apply an attacking kick, you get players underneath it, but then you're really releasing that pressure valve and allowing Whitehaven to do what they've done so well in this first half, and that's chew up the meters at the middle of the field. And then they've got the arsenal to attack once they get there, and they're on the right edge again.
Inside the last 20 seconds of this first half, hope for Phil Vivers. This is Dave Allen. Newton.
Well,
went for the attempted drop goal,
Not
on target, but a satisfactory at least half for James Coyle. At the break, they started out of the blocks fantastically well, scored 4 tries through Gore, Sigismo, Jouffre and Burns, but hope for Workington right at the end through that try from Jared Stark. At half-time, it's Workington 6, Whitehaven 18.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. That try from Jared Stack, 5 minutes from half-time, I think giving Phil Vivers something to think about, something to build on, and I rather fancy, having been outplayed for 35 minutes, Phil Vivers won't be too unhappy rather, to be only 12 points down at this stage. The Cumbrian derby at the moment, though, going Whitehaven's way. We'll have a look back on the first half when we come back.
Ladbrokes, proud sponsor of Rugby League on Sky Sports.
The Trainline.com app can save you money on train tickets up until midnight the day before you travel, but can't save you from that man on the bus. Brilliant for train stuff, rubbish for anything else.
The Wix 50% off kitchen unit sale with an extra 10% off sale prices ends Sunday the 31st of May. Book a design consultation today.
All windows and doors look the same, right? Wrong, because Everest use the best raw materials. Their new white triple glazed UPVC windows are guaranteed against fading for life. And Everest precision engineering means no condensation between the panes, and that is guaranteed for life. And with up to 50% off replacing your windows for Everest made-to-measure ones will be a perfect fit. So call or visit everest.co.uk for up to 50% off today. You'll be glad you did it right.
Gareth and Julie, Winston Wolfe. You're looking to insure your house through a price comparison site? Look, if you think you'll only find the best home insurance deal there, then lots of luck.
Coffee, Mr. Wolfe, lots of cream, lots of sugar.
Oh, thanks, Morag. I'll see you crazy kids around.
Life insurance can be a bit of a nightmare. But Beagle Street is different. A simple, friendly life insurance service online.
Hello, Roger. Littleback Rob?
For life insurance reborn, go to beaglestreet.com today.
Sometimes, you just have to believe you can make it. It was the same when I quit smoking. Nicorette Quick Mist worked fast on my cravings and helped me break free from the habit. And now I've done that, I feel I can do anything.
With Nicorette Quick Mist, you're 150% more likely to finally quit for good. Nicorette, do something incredible. Maximise your chances of quitting for good with Nicorette Dual Support by combining the all-day support of Invisi Patch with the fast craving relief of Quick Mist Spray. Search Nicorette Dual Support.
With Sky Broadband Unlimited, it's just a 12-month contract. Unlimited broadband that's also super reliable. Switching to Sky is easy with our dedicated Switch Squad. And you can join for £3.75 a month. Now there's a reason to party. Call 08442 410 240 or search Sky Broadband. Sky. Believe in better.
This is not going to be easy, lads. You've got to fight. Put your neck on the line. there'll be big decisions to make. You must be first to score. The right decisions will make all the difference. Here's a great offer from Betfred. Betfred, passionate about rugby league. Keep it fun. Gamble responsibly.
No matter where, no matter when, you can always rely on Green Flag Rapid Breakdown Response. And right now you can get 50% off your AA or RAC renewal. See how much you could save. Green Flag, no matter what.
Who will hold their nerve on one of the toughest courses? The US Open from Chambers Bay, coming soon live on Sky Sports.
The Monaco Grand Prix.
The glamour, the colour and the heady excitement of speed and noise.
Round the houses race with frantic competition between all the ace drivers.
It's lights out and away we go! Go, go!
Oh, look at this! Jackie Stewart, Senna.
Schumacher.
Sterling Moss, Graham Hill.
Lewis Hamilton! Wow, how good was that?
I am going hoarse with excitement.
This place just has something magical, something special about it.
Whoa!
Brilliant driving.
The Monaco Grand Prix, coverage sponsored by FairFX, live only on Sky Sports F1.
Ladbrokes, proud sponsor of Rugby League on Sky Sports.
They love their rugby league here, they love their Catalan Dragons. Only a victory will do for the French supporters.
Escaré will chase. The man we picked out as the threat has delivered. Oh, I can't believe that.
It could be a try. Fresino is on his feet. But all pointing at us. We might not get off this gantry alive. Yes, we're enjoying the Championship Summer Bash here in Blackpool, but if Super League is your go, don't forget you have to press the red button on your handset here on Sky Sports 3 at 4:55 to enjoy the Catalan Dragons against the Wigan Warriors. And a vital game that is for Wigan, having been knocked out of the Cup last week. 4:55, Sky Sports 3 here, but press the red buttons if you want to see the Super League battle between those two. Well, what a first half to kick off the Summer Bash in the Kingston Press Championship, and Whitehaven streaking into an 18-point lead, and then 5 minutes before half-time, the try from Jared Stack, converted by Forber, and Workington have hope for the second half. Let's have a look at the best moments of that first half in the company of John Keir.
Yeah, some tremendous work from Whitehaven early on there, and we see here what we've got. We've got Whitehaven set up, and we've got a hooker defending wide out. And it's not normally his position. He had to readjust because of that play of the ball. Grant Gore spotted that, showed the dummy, went through the gap. Then later on the other side they're attacking, it's Oliver Gill that comes out of the line and the ball's passed behind him, and Jesse Joe Parker gets the ball away to Jordan Sigismo to score on his debut. And this one is down to good defence. The Workington Town side are attacking. It's Jordan Burns who comes up, he jams in, good shoulder contact, forces the error, and then this kid, Louis Jouffre, he's got plenty of gas, plenty of pace there, just carries the ball in one arm, pins his ears back and goes between the posts for a 6-pointer. And at this point, they're looking real comfortable, and even more comfortable as this try unfolds. And again, it's the Papua New Guinean connection. It was A who passed to Parker, then Parker showing great evasion, inside ball, and this DNA just shows great presence of mind for a long pass there to McAvoy, who strips the wingman out to release Jordan Burns for a try. And at 18-0, they look very comfortable. But 5 minutes to go, there was Greg Wild, shifted to full-back because of injury, spilled the ball there, and then with Carl Alston setting the field position up, and as he sets the field position up, Jared Stack's normally on the right side, comes to the left side and hits a real hard lead line and shifts the Whitehaven defenders out to cross the line, and that's given the Workington Town team hope. And I think with just 12 points down after the first half like that, Phil Vevers will be pretty happy.
Yes, he's got plenty to build on, and you know, people might be scratching their heads because they know that this year Whitehaven have conceded 60 points to Lee. They've conceded 40 points without scoring to Workington on Good Friday. And dare I say this, 3 weeks ago, They came up with a really good performance against the Batley Bulldogs and went home with a win from Mount Pleasant. So maybe you aren't as surprised as many.
Well, I don't know, because I felt disappointed how we played that second half.
Well, all coaches do.
They do, yes. But credit to Whitehaven for hanging in there. I think that was a victory for them, being determined and spirited and great character. But I thought today in this first half, they showed some real high-quality skill. They've shown good shape in attack, and they've been the better team. I think 18-0 would really have reflected the game. But that little 6 points that Jared Stack posted, that really will give Workington Town some great hope.
And what do you think Phil Beavers then will be saying in the dressing room right now? He will be saying, I think we've played our get-out-of-jail-free card, won't he?
I would agree with you totally, Eddie. I think, and he'll also point out we can't play as bad as that again, because they didn't really threaten, they didn't get any territory, and Whitehaven dominated field position and possession, so they've been totally outplayed, but they're just 2 scores down. And 2 scores down over 40 minutes, it's easily got back.
They can do it?
Yes, I think they can.
OK, looks like we're in for a tremendous second half. This Cumbrian derby that is setting Bloomfield Road alight at the start of the Championship Summer Bash. Great game in the first half. Will we see a big comeback in the second from Phil Beavers' men? Well, don't forget, still to come from the first day of the Championship Summer Bash, London Sheffield at 4:45 here on Sky Sports 3, same channel at 7 for Bradford Halifax. 4 teams there who, of course, once upon a time were gracing the Super League itself. And if you want the Super League, of course, don't forget, press the red buttons for Catalan Dragons against Wigan at 5 minutes to 5. But do stay with us for the Championship Summer Bash. We've got this Cumbrian derby that's nicely poised, courtesy of Jared Stack's try for Workington 5 minutes before half-time. 18-6 to Whitehaven as the players are ready to get the second half underway, and so are our boys as well. John Wells, Barry McDermott, Ben Pro.
Thanks, Eddie. Well, at half-time in the first match of the inaugural Championship Summer Bash, it's advantage Whitehaven in the battle of the Cumbrian heavyweights. And 2 young men as the ball is spilled. It's gone back to Tierney, though. It's 2 young men from across the channel who've illuminated Blackpool, both grabbing a try on their debuts. Remember, Haven 18-0 up inside 25 minutes. But that try from Jared Stack, 3 minutes from the break, has given Town a real lifeline. They're in possession. First up through Phillips.
Talked about Phillips, talked about the back rowers. Jared Stack, Ian McAvoy, who's not on the pitch, very hard-working back three for Workington. The question we're all asking ourselves is, will Workington and the team that's been so impressive last week against Doncaster, will they wake up, will they get into this game, or will it continue to go Whitehaven's way?
Well, it wasn't an impressive end to the first set in possession. Not an awful lot they're making the Whitehaven back three do. I like the look of this boy, you know, Jordan Sigismo. Although, having said that, great work from Workington. Commentators curse.
What's he called again?
My teeth fell out. Sigismo.
Too lateral, great reaction. And there's that pushing, pulling, dragging conundrum for the referee to deal with. Possession goes to Workington, and Sigismo puts his hand up.
It was a touch naive, wasn't it, from the French winger. No need really to go for the outside in that area of the field. The scoreline as it is, they were dominant in that first 40. They just need to pick up where they left off. As it is, they've offered Workington a real chance to get more than a foothold in this game now.
And that's Oliver Gildart, whose effort really forced the error. Now they look to profit in attack. This is Chris Coward. 9th season at Workington, Chris Coward made at least 20 starts in each of the last 5 seasons. Yet to start a match this year, though, off the bench this afternoon. Good run coming in from Shorrocks again.
He needs to take the line on a little bit, Jake Shorrocks. We've already talked about his quality, put a wonderful pass in for the only try that they've scored, but I think he needs to take the line on a little bit more, be more of a running threat.
Doran is wrapped up. Forber waits. Kick comes in from Shorrocks. It's come up.
That's play on.
Whitehaven though. It was play on. It was a touch judge who got involved.
He's judged that he's offside. Tyler Heppett. There's a bit of a collision in back play. It comes back from the Workington player.
Has it come off the shoulder of Jesse Joe Parker?
That's the only.
Perhaps from the reverse angle here.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's a harsh call. That's a really harsh call, and it puts Whitehaven under some pressure. Just what Workington needed. And a surge to the line repelled.
Jared Stack looking for the first try of the second half, having got the last one in the first period. That's Forber. Forber over the top. Can he hold on? It's going. Comes up eventually for Whitehaven, but no one wanted the ball.
I think it's guilty of overplaying there. You know,
overplaying and overpowering that pass. It's only a short distance. And the line that Mossop is running, he's running into the ball almost.
Louis Jouffroy.
Who's had the wonder of a first half. You'll forgive him one error, I think, there.
Been sensational, really, that first 40 minutes, Louis Jouffroy. Howard with the tackle. With a good defensive effort there coming up from Doran. Brings Fox to the ground, former Egremont amateur. Stephen Fox, good offload. Starting to go through the motions again, the attacking motions here, Whitehaven.
Nice
so impressive in that first half.
Nice support play from Whitehaven. There's always a player pushing up in that next hole. That leaves the Workington defenders with too much uncertainty.
Jouffroy's kick. It's a great take from Jack Murphy. In some sunshine as well. Right in his eyes as he went to grab that. Excellent defensive effort. 5 minutes gone second half. Whitehaven still lead 18-6.
Again, there's too many walkers on the time team. They need to get back, get some energy, get on the front foot. And if you want the game, boys, you've got to demand it. You've got to go and get it. Because this Whitehaven team, they've got it and they're keeping it.
Jared Stack plays the ball, didn't like the tackle. Phillips, the ball's come free.
It has. Chris Coward. Like I say, Sam Brooks been very energetic in the first half. Is there a hand in? It's difficult to tell, but whenever a ball spurts out like that, you always think there's something underhand, untoward gone on.
It was Chris Coward.
I think it's Stephen Fox, the guilty party, who looks like he should be in the 1970s, playing tennis.
Jouffroy to feed the scrum. Now, Jesse Joe Parker. The tackle comes in from Horton.
There you go, he needs a good haircut.
Obviously doesn't get value for money at the barbers, does he, Barry? No.
Chapel Howe plays the ball. Newton. That was Jouffroy, and now Wild. 3 tries in 9 appearances for North Wales Crusaders last year, Greg Wild. Jouffroy in possession seemingly all the time. All the good things that Whitehaven are doing coming through him. Newton. Spinning out of one tackle. It's Horton who puts him to ground, I think, in the end. Jouffroy puts it on the toe this time. Scooped up initially by Murphy, but profited, or jumped on by Fox, I think it is. Stephen Fox. Has he got a try here? It's going to be one for the video officials, Steve Ganson and Adam Gill.
Well, let's watch this as it unfolds. Right man in the right place at the right time. There could be some question there on how that ball comes loose. But the cunning Stephen Fox picks it up and puts it down, doesn't wait for the referee to make his decision. They're all onside, no question about that.
You've got to look at where Fox is coming from. He comes from the right and he's offside. He's in an offside position, but does Murphy play him on as he touches that ball and fumbles? Certainly starts in an offside position. The ball plays a Workington player, and that changes the trajectory and the pace on the ball, and ultimately leads to the error there.
I don't think Dufresne helps it on its way. There's an arm, there's an involvement, but it's an involuntary involvement.
I've got no issue with that whatsoever. And Fox, who was in an offside position to start with, is played on. Don't see any problem with this.
Stephen Fox yet to score this season. Is this the moment? About to find out. He's been denied. Well, he makes his 15th appearance of the season here in Blackpool. He's only made 17 in 5 years with the club.
Well, Ian John couldn't find too much wrong with that try. Well, maybe it's his haircut.
Well, he certainly started off in an offside position. He was by the right hand upright, and I guess the ruling is he's inside the 10 there. It doesn't really matter. After that point, he's made a play for the ball. You've got to make an attempt to get out of that 10. On that occasion, it's not happened. And a reprieve for Workington, who straight away, it's a really positive response that we're seeing from here. Third tackle, down the field, playing with some kind of vim, some vigour, some determination, breaking tackles now. We've not seen this for large periods of the game from Workington Town. It's good stuff to watch.
Good run from Brett Phillips. Whitehaven born, he faced Sonny Bump Bill Williams in the 2013 World Cup. The Scottish international. Forber. High kick.
That's another very easy decision for the referee. Left winger, very clearly offside in front of the kicker. Get another look at that. Look in the shadows to the left of your screen. That's a good metre offside. Good decision by the referee.
Workington look more balanced with Carl Forber in the halves. As we mentioned in the first half, Jamie Doran just pushing into 9, looking after that middle unit, distributing from the back of the ruck.
But it's criminal though when you outside backs and not getting themselves onside. And Forber, yes, he's there and he's providing more threat around the middle, but this is a team game and you need a buy-in from everybody. A metre offside there on a kick he could have got to. He's not on really. It's putting his side under pressure, or relieving pressure for Whitehaven, and they just go straight back into the groove, don't they? Working through towards the end of the sets.
Great ball off the floor for Fox. 4 gone for Whitehaven. Good run from Newton. Sniping run. Has he lost the ball?
Yeah, I think it's good contact from Carl Holstrom. You watch him, the number 15. Or is it an attempted offload? Either way, possession goes to Workington. A little bit messy from James Newton. Surrenders possession. But some good signs if you're a Workington fan. Alert, ready at marker. Real spark player, Carl Holstrom. Started his career at the Wakefield Academy under John Keir.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Dion A.
Great shot from Dion A. He's been the player of the match for me so far, Ben. Really stood out in a really forceful Whitehaven attacking line.
And what about the grin on his face here? Gets picked up, dumped on his back, and Elliot Miller just taps his opposite number. Tapped his opponent. It's a good shot, mate.
Great work from Dion A. Almost lined up another one there, but great flick. If it comes off, and Murphy has put the ball down. It's play on. Oh! Dion A almost saw the glory there.
He's made a fool out of us all.
He's done everything. He's put the shot on. He's been in the frame. Got himself in a position to score the try. Just watch where he is. He's buzzing about. Sees the ball, kicks it. All he has to do is catch it, and he's dropped the chips.
And how big a moment could this be in the context of this game and this result?
Just have a look how he pulls up here as well.
Yeah, he looks like he's limping, doesn't he?
Maybe, yeah, not as comfortable as he could as you could be. Not a natural gait there. Let's hope that's no lasting damage, just maybe a little tweak. That won't bother him too much.
Try against New Zealand in the 2013 World Cup. Parker. Newton. Good run from Scott McAvoy. There's Newton on the back of that. Putting it through the hands to some effect here. Jesse Joe Parker. He had support on his outside, took the tackle from Stack. It was a good one, had to be. Inside the last half an hour. Dion A, and they've put the ball down. Sam Brooks, it is, and Murphy to launch the counter.
Whitehaven looks sweet when they're passing that ball. There's a mistake. But when they're shifting the ball, they look sweet. Everybody's in the right place.
And it was again Dion A with the cut-out pass to Heppy, who shipped on to Jesse Joe Parker. Just couldn't position the opposition well enough to release his wingman, Sigismo, and ultimately a good cover tackle from Stack. Gives Workington another chance, but again they're burning through the tackles. 3 plays gone already, and whilst they made 30 metres, they're still the wrong end of the field to apply any kind of meaningful pressure to this Whitehaven defence.
Whitehaven, unlike Workington, have played a previous neutral fixture here in Blackpool. They lost 54-6 to Widnes in the 2007 Northern Rail Cup final. This is a great run though from Oliver Gildart.
Oh, he had support in the middle. I think it was Carl Forber. The tackle count's been started again.
There's a penalty here.
Because it was effectively a charge down from Gildart. We're back on.
They've taken a quick tap here, and Jared Stack has got his second try of the match.
Really, really smart work from the back rower. Remember 2 minutes ago, he was the man who pulled off the cover tackle on Jesse Joe Parker, some 80 metres upfield. And then he's Johnny on the spot. As soon as the referee blows time back on, spots the laziness, the gaps in the defence. They're not switched on, Whitehaven. This was the repeat set, the back to 6 they got. Enterprising stuff from Gildart. The penalty given away for that second effort at marker from Dion A, and then from the restart, as soon as the whistle is in the referee's mouth, he's off, he's low, he's over, and Workington are back in this game.
And Jared Stack, 2 tries before today, 2 tries now today, 4 tries for this season after 7 seasons with Workington Town, 52 in 137 before 2015. Real standout at this level over a number of years, Jared Stack, and the former Brisbane Northsman with a huge try for Workington. Forber adds the extras as well, and so the margin, which was 18, is now just 6. Workington 12, Whitehaven 18.
Back-to-back tries for the big second rower. Good reactions, as you say. He's already talking to the referee as he's approaching him. I'm going to tap it, I'm going to tap it. Great position. And you need courage. Oliver Gildart puts that ball, chips it over the top. He needed to be brave. Those things can go horribly wrong. He regathered the ball, and it was an opportunity that Workington took.
It's what they've been needing. It's what to get into an area of the field where they can affect some kind of change on that Whitehaven defence, and it took a little bit of thinking outside the box from Oliver de Gildart. I don't mind that sort of play at all. You play for that, you get it, you deserve all the plaudits.
It's because Whitehaven are really restricting Town. They're finding it very difficult in yardage, as we say, coming away from your own line. I don't know whether I'd be telling the halfbacks, look, kick early, kick on 3, kick on 4, let's get down there and try and put some pressure on them.
And what a crucial couple of minutes. Dion A misses the opportunity at one end, and within 60 seconds, Jared Stack has his second at the other. Fine margins.
I'm just watching him as well. He doesn't look completely comfortable. There is a little bit of strapping underneath his shorts. Perhaps he's come into the game with a slight hamstring pull. Seems to be dragging that leg.
Louis Jouffre already claimed the crowning moment of this game so far with that 90-metre blistering effort in the first period. Coyle. Jonathan Walker now, former Castleford and Hull Kingston Rovers man with Lee last season. Coyle again. Into the waiting arms this time of Beaumont. Short ball for Brooks. Last one. Coyle. Kick is high from Gore. Was he taken late?
That was late. Oh. Jack Murphy.
He's done incredibly well to recover, but there's a touch judge on. Obviously not happy with the follow-through on that kick.
It was late, and the kicker was in the air.
This is what we've got to work very, very hard. The kicker's exposed there. Oh, I mean, when you've got a kicking leg, he wasn't attacking a standing leg, but a kicker is very exposed at that point. The head's over the ball. He's in the act of executing the kick.
There's no need for it. There's no need. Put pressure on the kicker. Don't give him think time. But Tom Walker, a needless penalty, and what will become a very generous 2 points gifted by Workington.
I'll tell you something as well. Workington will not be disappointed by that, going for the 2, because looking at that defence was shaking once again. So there's the penalty. It's not even an attempted tackle, is it? You'd almost call that a shoulder charge. And undoes what ultimately was a good catch second time round. The penalty, of course, awarded at the point of the catch where the ball he lands, and you fully expect Whitehaven to extend this lead to 8. How valuable these 2 points will be remains to be seen.
Only one success from 4 so far for Louis Jouffre, but this is a vital kick. 8 points, the lead now, 2 scores needed.
And there is a tremendous atmosphere around the ground. We're seeing some of the players from the games coming up, London and Sheffield, just shaking hands. There's the penalty, and there's the delighted James Coyle. His team have put a fantastic performance. There's the Sheffield players, Mark Aston. I've seen Keith Senior. I've seen his shiny Swede potentially burning in the sun. Get some factor on Keith, lad.
Here is Jesse Joe Parker for Whitehaven. 3-man tackle initially. Mark Aston, the Sheffield coach, watching on. Heppy. Now Coyle. Dionne. Now Sam Brooks. 4 gone though for Whitehaven, still in their own half for now. Kick comes in from Grant Gore. Taken successfully by Murphy. Ever present this season, Jack Murphy.
The ball's on the floor. Is there a penalty? Looks like Whitehaven have been penalised for stripping the ball. Jack Murphy, the kick chase team. Yeah, there you go again. Looks like Greg Wild just couldn't resist having a little tug at the ball.
So Workington with a chance now as they work it down the short side. Good driving run. Great driving run from Shackley there. Quick playing the ball as well. This is where they can be dangerous. We've seen what they are capable of, albeit in the briefest of glimpses. But they've got 3 plays in the hand now, and they're in the 20. Shorrocks to Kurt Horton. A good play the ball again, and they're off down this right-hand side. Shorrocks with the ball.
Here's Gildart, puts a kick in. Almost spilled by Jouffre, but Parker took control of the situation. It looked like it was going to come up for Workington.
Oh, nearly disastrous then for Whitehaven, but good pressure again, building pressure. The centre Gildart takes it to the line, puts it, a short little testing kick in, and now Workington can get some line speed, get some contact.
Just wonder whether there was a question of offside there, whether whether Jouffre had actually made contact with that ball before Jesse Joe Parker had recovered that. No, having second look at that, that's a clean catch.
Pressure on Whitehaven here, and Jouffre forced to hammer the ball under.
And that's a reward. That's a reward for good defence, applying that pressure.
And so Workington start this set deep in the Whitehaven half, and Mossop takes it forward now.
That's another good carry. Really being tested here, Whitehaven.
Stack. Was he upended by Thomas Coyle? I think there's a penalty coming here.
It hurt him as well.
Now, here's the decision. What do you do? Do you reduce that to 6?
No, go.
Or do you take the momentum? I agree with you, Barry.
Go. Tap it and go.
Into the final quarter of the game now. And they are. That's positive play from Workington, because they've been on the end of a first half shellacking for the opening 30 minutes at least. But this is confident and positive rugby league that we're seeing now.
Horton played the ball. Storrocks for Shackley.
He did his teammates no favours then, Horton. Just play the ball.
Forber. Bullet pass and a try. Look what it means to Mark Shackley. Well, his career began at Whitehaven. 10 appearances in 3 seasons back in 2008. And a hugely important try. His 3rd of the season. Has reduced the deficit now with the kick to come.
Well, now we've got a game. A needless penalty. Jonathan Walker over the top. Thomas Coyle, both penalised by the referee, and that's a strong, committed line. When you catch those passes that close to the line, it really is. Sometimes you catch the ball, sometimes you score the try, sometimes you catch a clout as well.
You're right, it's a committed line. I see an awful lot of St Helens circa 1995 with that. Kieran Cunningham getting out to Chris Joynt, or one of those other superstars crashing over that cutout ball, and it's a great ball from Graham Mattison, straight and true, and gives Shackley every chance to get over. Forber has the chance now to get us back to a 2-point ball game.
Forber, as you say, John, reduces the deficit to just 2 points. Game on between the big Cumbrian rivals, and Shackley rallying the troops.
I'm really pleased from a neutral spectator's point of view that we've got a game here now. We're into the final quarter. It's the Cumbrian derby. It's the benchmark for which all of the games now have to work on. And I think it's been a great fight back, a gutsy fight back from Workington. Whitehaven not offered them an awful lot, but when those glimpses and chinks have been there, Workington, they haven't stepped through, jinked through, they've stormed through, kicked the door in, and they've got a ball game on their hands now.
2 points the difference, 4 tries to 3 in favour of Whitehaven.
Well, now they've got some wind in the sails. Time, they're quick off the floor, the first to play the ball. Great carry again from Lewis Tierney. They're playing the ball before the markers are set.
Upping the pace. Good run from Mattinson.
Tyler Heppy landed on top.
Well, Shackley's very, very animated here.
He's his father's son, I'll tell you that, isn't he? The former Cheltenham,
well, that's a second
Gloucester
effort.
All Golds player.
Yeah, it's cheap shot. Second effort, as you said, right on the back of the neck. That's indefensible, really, when you look at that, and I can see why Mark Shackley was so irate, so incensed. Mattinson, one of the ever-presents for Workington, is receiving some attention now. You know, it's a very, very unprotected area of the body, that. There's not an awful lot you can do, particularly when you can't see it coming.
Yellow card, 10 minutes for Tyler Heppy. You can see from this challenge why Mark Shackley was so incensed. Immediately sought out the official.
Well, I think that's That's really well done from the referee. Calm, delivered his opinion, and sat Tyler Heppy down for 10 minutes to cool down. And boy, does this really put a different complexion on the last 17 minutes of this game now.
Well, that's a shame for him personally. It's a shame for Whitehaven in the contest. He's had a good game so far, Tyler Heppy. A little bit over-exuberant, shall we put it like that, when he's trying to complete that tackle. He lands on top of the Workington player. He'll have 10 minutes to gather his thoughts, and he'll come back on and try and readdress that, I'm sure.
The run of 3 straight penalties there for Workington now. It's not been the be-all and end-all in terms of their getting back into this game, but it's certainly helped the cause. Phil Vivers with the fingers straight up in the air. Let's draw this game, let's tie this game, and let's get into the last 15 minutes of this contest, 10 of which we're going to have with an extra man on the field.
We haven't mentioned the ref too many times. He's had a good game.
That's a good sign.
He's controlled this well, Tom Crashlet. He's had a couple of things to deal with, some decisions. We talk about the players and it being a big occasion for them. Let's not forget the officials. They have to deal and manage those players with that extra anxiety, and they have to deal with their own as well. So, a great performance from the referee so far.
Kick being sized up by Carl Forber. And this for level. And he's got it. 20 points apiece here in Blackpool. The perfect start to the inaugural Summer Bash. And now Workington fans, they're the ones celebrating. In the doldrums, remember, 18-0 they trailed. Now it's 20 points apiece.
Now what do you do if you're Whitehaven here? Because they've responded well each time Workington have got up, and they've edged themselves closer and further back into this game. When they've done the basics well, they've worked through set to the end of a set to get a kick away, they look good. The temptation now with this ball game drawn, with 15 minutes to go and a man down, is to start trying to do things differently. I would be advising against that. Get back to what you've done well, get back to what's kept Workington at bay. Whether they do so or not's another matter.
Well, the fundamentals for Whitehaven were really good for them in those first 15 minutes. And sometimes when a player leaves and you're that team that's down to 12 men, you know you need to put maybe an extra 10 or 15% into your job, into your role, because you're covering for one of your teammates.
Jamie Doran with the run. Stopped by Walker. Jonathan Walker, that is. Now Stack. Oh, it's been pitched. And it's Wild, Greg Wild.
Just doesn't have the pace to make it, but...
That's a really important cover tackle as well by Jamie Doran.
But a great response from Workington. It was a loose pass. The referee penalised the defenders. Do you know, it's an awful rule to police, and I think you've got to reward good defence, I really do. I think it's a shame that...
Yeah, I agree. Had he got up to play the ball, or had he got up to make another effort? I'm not sure what the referee had called there, whether he was held or not.
That's right, guys, right.
Whitehaven with the golden opportunity here. Remember, they're a man down, man in the sin bin, Tyler Heppy.
This is Scott McAvoy. Coyle. Dione siding through.
Oh!
Has he got the ball down? Is he over the line?
Well, he's got it down.
This could be a crucial moment in this match. 15 minutes to go, and Dione, who's already been denied when he couldn't take the ball in earlier in this contest, is he over here?
He's over. He's put it down. The question is it a double movement?
Well, he's dropped it anyway.
Oh, he's dropped it anyway.
Well, that saves an awkward conversation, I think, doesn't it? After what we've seen on Thursday night at Castleford Tigers. Just loses control of the ball, I feel, under the attentions of Horton as he gets close to the line.
This is the angle, John, as he's trying to promote it.
Yeah, there's no downward pressure there, no control. And that saves us having to go for the rigmarole of what is a double movement, because those rules, those goalposts, seems to have changed this weekend as well.
Dione waits. 20 points apiece, remember, this is crucial. And a try is denied.
Back up here, guys. Back up here. Penalty.
Dion, well, he couldn't take the ball, and as I say, earlier in the half.
Well, it's a double movement that was awarded against Dion. You don't take that away from it. It's a massive temptation for any player getting close to the line. And here's the break. Great footwork. Looking at that at full speed, you know, there's a lot of momentum in there. I mean, perhaps knock-on would have been, essentially the same result. Not a penalty, of course, but in terms of where Workington start their set within 5 or 10 metres. Tien is not waiting to hang about. And that's a good play the ball, good attitude.
There's only been one draw in 40 meetings between these two great clubs in the summer era. That was 30 points apiece at Workington back in 2011.
Mistake from Jason Mossop. He's catching that ball, he's almost overrun the ball, he's catching that ball behind him. He knows, a shake of the head, looks up to the skies. He knows that every mistake could cost his team dear.
You wonder how much the psychology gets into the team who have the extra man on the field. Remember, Tyler Heppy's still sitting down. We're 5 or 6 minutes into his 10-minute suspension. You wonder how much that affects the team with the extra player on the field, because there's a perception there that there are going to be more opportunities, there's going to be more space, and that's what you end up pushing passes and forcing things when perhaps they're not on.
I'm going to say maybe the patience goes out of the window a little bit. Here is Parker, taken by Shorrocks. That was Dion with the pass, and now Allen.
You feel like Whitehaven, their biggest threat is Dion and Jesse Joe Parker over on this left edge for them. You feel they're the strike players.
Richard Beaumont, 4th appearance this season. And now Jonathan Walker. Coyle. Beaumont. Dion. Shackley effects the tackle.
Last tackle, he doesn't know McAvoy. Was that touched? Kurt Horton certainly got a hand to it.
Well, that's two different calls in a second from the referee.
Yeah.
He gave. Right, that's a repeat set. That's a reset of the tackle count.
I think you're right. I think that's Whitehaven's scrum, head and feed. Kurt Horton, he's had a stab at that. He's had a crack at it.
He's knocked that forward, and because Whitehaven then knock on, you go back to the first offence. So this will be Whitehaven head and feed.
Go, guys.
12 minutes to go. Dion to feed the scrum. This is Wild. Coyle. McAvoy. Scott McAvoy.
Setting up for a shift. I'm still watching Jesse Joe Parker.
Grant Gore elected to take the tackle. Here is Coyle. Good tackle from Stack. So close to Whitehaven. Dion with the pass. Jordan Sigismo it was on the wing.
I think that pass is meant. I'm going to stop saying his name because people are going to get suspicious of why.
Gizmo for short.
I think that's Jesse Joe Parker's pass. I think
he's
that's his ball.
overcooked it a little.
Yeah, and if he passes that accurately, if Jesse Joe Parker catches it, it's a 2v1 and a certain try for Whitehaven.
Players can play without nerves for large periods of the game. We're getting ticking down towards the last 10 minutes of this match, all tied up. And by the way, you were saying there'd not been a draw in a Cumbrian derby for many years. I'm pretty confident we're not going to see one here again. I think there's one or two individuals on both sides that are going to have a big say, I feel, in the next 10 minutes. A good starting point would be the likes of Jouffre or Dion for Whitehaven. They've both had outstanding matches.
Well, Whitehaven arguably had the chance to set up for a drop goal there. They haven't been successful with a drop goal all season.
Yeah, get your hands on me, Throw me a mice. Right, get in.
Well, there's a push at the scrum there, Ben, if I'm not mistaken. The 5-man scrum was pushing the 6-man scrum.
That's an indication of who feels like they're on top in this match. As it stands, we're back to Workington working their way out. A yardage set. This is when the backs are going to come in. The forwards have had a busy afternoon. Plenty of heavy collision in the middle of the field. And a penalty given away.
High tackle on Liam McAvoy.
It's a lazy arm, I think, more than anything else.
Well, I know there's just less than 10 minutes on the clock. There's the...
little more than a lazy arm on second view.
Yeah. But I think we're going into the territory of the drop goals. And Jamie Duran, there's all those penalties in favour. Is there 4 penalties, 5 penalties?
5 penalties in a row now.
And that could have been another one.
News from the touchline. Angela's there for us. Angela.
Some brief news about Mattinson. He's still being seen by the doctor, but it does look very unlikely that he'll come back on. He will have only 3 minutes to play, really, once his 15 minutes of concussion testing is over. But at the moment, it doesn't look like he's going to play again.
Thanks very much, Angela. Approaching the last 9 minutes of this game. Doran, now Shorrocks trying to Shackley, I beg your pardon, trying to break through. Forber. Back for Shorrocks. Horton, and the try comes in from Jack Murphy, and Workington hit the front. Jack Murphy, only his 3rd try of the season. Look at the jubilation on the terraces as Murphy, with a crucial score. He got a try on Good Friday against Whitehaven, and he adds a crucial score in Blackpool to that.
Well, Jack Murphy takes advantage of this penalty. 3 players in attendance. An illegal challenge, too physical. And watch the quality of this ball from Kurt Horton. He catches this ball. He drags the defender, opens them up like a tin of tuna, pops it back in the inside, and like a shadow, like a ghost, he appears from nowhere, Jack Murphy, and gets his side in front, I think for the first time in this game, is it?
Yep, they've fought back from 18-0 down to get within 4 points. Then the penalty came from Whitehaven on the 56th minute, but a run of 5 straight penalties has culminated in that try for Murphy. And Horton knew that Murphy was there right from a very early stage in that play. Murphy was organising, got himself on the arc to run on the inside to give his back row colleague an option there of an out. Superb inside ball, really well taken try.
Problem for Greg Wild. The other point, John, is of course Tyler Heppy still off the field. That's been crucial.
They're finally able to exploit him. Yeah, and he's wondering now just how much that moment of petulance is going to cost him, whether his team are going to have the time to strike back. They've certainly shown they're capable large portions of this game, Whitehaven, but I think Workington, now they've worked their way into the lead, they look full of running, full of confidence, Ben, and this extra 2 points would take them 6 clear of the Cumbrian rivals.
This is the conversion from Forber. 26-20 now for Workington. The difference has been these 3 missed conversions from Jouffre. Forber 5 from 5, Jouffre 2 from 5. And that has been the difference. And that's the reason why Workington have turned this match around. 18-0 down they trailed. They now lead 26 points to 20. And is it going to be Workington who hold on for these vital 2 points? Locked on 6 points apiece.
Well, they've got possession, Ben, and when you think about those missed conversions, A good coach used to tell me kicks and conversions are worth half a try, so make sure you turn 4 into 6. Is Tyler Hepper getting ready to come back on? Yes, he is.
They'll be desperate to get him back out there, and Tyler Hepper will be desperate to atone for what's been a very costly 10 minutes ultimately. He gets to contribute for the last 5 or 6 minutes, and now we're very much into drop goal territory here. Workington, they look like they're working it. There's no real momentum. They're not really trying to get to the edges. Look like they're setting up, look very much like they're setting up here. And I would not be surprised a play from now to see Shorrocks or even Murphy at the back.
A mistake. There's a knock-on from Liam McAvoy.
Well,
as they're setting up for drop goals last weekend, it was Jamie Doran who notched the 1-pointer over. Was there a tug at that ball? It looked like there was a tug at that ball as the tackle was being effected and McAvoy was being driven back. There was a tug that I think knocked and just dislodged the ball. But Workington need to concentrate, they need to focus now.
Shortly after that try was scored, you may have heard some industrial language on the field. We apologise for that. Any offence caused. As the battle rages on, 2 fierce Cumbrian rivals. Happy back on the field. Here is Allen.
There's certainly been no love lost, has there, between these two sides. It's been a full-blooded affair. There's been no little skill as well, not least from this man, Dion A. I've been a real fan of him. As Whitehaven work it to the edge. There's still plenty of time in this game yet.
And a great way to get the 2015 Summer Bash up and running. Coyle. Kick from Jouffret. Good take from Murphy.
Tremendous take, Ben.
He's dropped a couple today, hasn't he? But it was absolutely safe as houses then, and launched the counter.
And we do, I want to take this moment just to compliment both teams, both sets of players. Wonderful take from Jack Murphy. And you give players like this, with the tradition and history of both clubs, you give them a good stage, you give them a good atmosphere. I know crowds in this Cumbrian derby have been dwindling sometimes to 1,000 or less, and that's criminal for two sides who are so passionate about rugby league.
Oh, this is what they really cannot afford to do. Knock-on called against Ahlstrom at the play of the ball, and that is inviting pressure.
Is that
an incorrect play?
Ahlstrom.
Well, that looked like it was a little bit harsh, but Workington can't afford to think about that, and Whitehaven have to grasp the opportunity. This game, with less than 5 minutes left, it's not over till it's over.
Inside the last 5 minutes. Who is going to emerge victorious here? Catalan-Wigan to come later. 4:55 on the red button. Christophe Jouffret will be involved with that. Oh. Louis Jouffret on the pitch here. And a knock-on.
Again, another snatched catch from Whitehaven. He was trying to figure out what he was going to do with it before he got it in his hands. It was a little low, the pass from dummy half, but eminently catchable. Certainly in the context of this game and how important it was to apply some pressure to that Workington line.
He's had a good game, Sam Brooks and all. He's worked tirelessly. James Coyle will know the fantastic start they had to this game. It's not over yet.
You watch the line speed from this scrum, from this Whitehaven defence. You'd be expecting them to really get up in the Workington faces, try and restrict the metres as much as possible, and give you back three, led by Jouffret for Whitehaven, every chance of at least another attacking position.
Johnny Walker was up very, very quickly. Johnny Walker, while he was playing for Cass, put the biggest shot on I have ever seen in my life on Luke Burgess, broke his jaw. An illegal shot, but my word, there was some oomph in it.
Two comfortable Workington wins already this season. One in pre-season, one in the Kingston Press Championship. This has been anything but comfortable for Workington Town. are they going to hold on for 2 priceless points in Blackpool? Liam McAvoy.
This is the difference between the two sides. That's exactly what was required.
And
Jake Shorrocks it was.
We give him some praise, Jake Shorrocks, at the start of the match. We said about his quality, his potential. Matches like this and atmospheres like this will do his development the power of good. And he'll learn through that experience what it takes to marshal a game and to be a gaffer through the 80 minutes and dictate what's happening and when.
I've seen enough already from what I've seen from him just in the game today. I mean, you look at that particularly, that's exactly, if Phil Vevers could have telepathically sent him a message, it'd have been saying, find the touchline, slow that down. Certainly not this though. Conceding a penalty, territory, and inviting Whitehaven back into your half of the field.
And the sort of kick that James Coyle, we've seen so often from him in his career, decades since his Super League debut with Wigan. He'd have been proud of a kick like that. Here is Allen. He's Whitehaven.
He's done well as well, hasn't he? Dave Allen, Tyler Heppy and Scott McAvoy, that entire back three. The back row for Whitehaven really stuck their hands up, committed, courageous, but could it all be in vain?
Louis Jouffret. Explosive first half. Needs something more from him now. Sam Brooks, last one. Coyle, Dione. Good kick from Dione, or is it too long?
No, too long. Didn't ask enough questions. Almost the entire set of 6, it was 1 in 4, as the phrase goes. 1 in 4 something. And they stumbled to the last tackle. Dione, who's had a fabulous game, put the ball high and hanging, but it almost went over the stand towards Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
You would expect very little now, conversely, from Workington. You expected a lot from Whitehaven there once that penalty was given away. And as you said, trundled upfield as if they were in the lead. And what we're seeing is exactly what you'd expect from Workington now. 5 runs from dummy half, no risks taken, and Shorrocks or Doran to put the ball into touch and away from any returning kick returns from Whitehaven.
And Dione, of course, a try denied by the video official. There was also the chance that he couldn't take in. You got those two to the equation, and Whitehaven are on the right side of the scoreline.
James Coyle can be proud of the way his team's effort has got them into a winning position, but perhaps he'll look at the fine detail and those moments when that game is won and lost and say, come on lads, we need to be better. Is there a knock on? I think Chris Coward, while he's trying to stand up and play that ball, he's looking and smiling at somebody. It catches his knee. There you go. That's a classic one, that. Just play the ball, focus and concentrate. Could this be a kick from the scrum?
Well, you've already seen Jouffret's pace, haven't you, in the first half from that interception. And as a consequence, I'm looking at Lewis Tierney, number 32. He's just off your screen at the moment, but he's dropped way back off the scrum. I think he's expecting something here.
Well, he's dropped back. The danger is there's less defenders in the line. You've got to get these decisions right. Can we get some drama in the last 30 seconds, 15 seconds or so?
Great pass from Sigismo. Need to play it quickly. The crowd are counting down. Are they going to have enough time to play it? They have, just about. Here is Coyle. Now Dione. Surely they need to put boot to ball. They're flicking it. Brooks. Here is Allen. This will be the last play of the match. They trail by 6 and Workington come up with it. Workington come up with possession, and Workington come up with the points again. 2 crucial points in Blackpool. It's their 3rd win of the season over their nearest and dearest, and look what it means to the Workington Town players. They trailed 18-0, remember. They led for only 9 minutes in the game. And it's Workington who come up with the victory in Blackpool. Look what it means on the terraces. No love lost between these 2 clubs. James Coyle breathes easy. At last. What a mammoth contest this has been between the two Cumbrian rivals. We can get some reaction now. Angela is with the man of the match. It's Jared Stack.
Jared Stack, man of the match, and that was a heck of a game, an exciting one, and a second half really that you really were looking for.
Oh, we dug deep. All the lads dug deep. We knew coming in at 18-6 down that we were going to have to pull something out of the hat. All the boys dug deep. Every tackle, every hit up, every lad was moving forward for each other, and that's what we do at Workington Town. And then you got your fans behind you. It's unbelievable to win now.
When that sin bin happened, I suppose that was the momentum went your way at that point.
Oh, massively. We had the ball non-stop. We kept putting the pressure on. We were making good turnovers, and when we got them down there, we were keeping them down there. I don't think they attacked our line really in the second half.
It wasn't the greatest of starts though, was it? They really put quick points on you.
Oh, it's the absolute poorest start you could wish for. But as I said, the lads dug deep and we played for each other. Had that first half talk with Phil, and we came out and we just tore it apart.
What did he tell you? What did he say?
He said you're going to have to dig deep for each other, you're going to have to work for each other. We knew that we had it in us. We're a slow-starting team, but we always finish hard.
It means something. It means a lot to these two teams to get the win over the other side. So for you to do this again against the Whitehaven side means a lot.
The rivalry between the two teams is unbelievable, but this is 3 this year, and hopefully we can take it on to the 12th next month, I think it is.
Thanks very much for that, Jared.
No worries, thank you.
Phil Vivers, winning coach. You said at half-time, cool and calm, and they got that result for you.
Yeah, no, they grounded out in the end. I think they gave me a heart failure near the end there. They just kept giving them a chance, just trying to give them a foot back into the game, and you know, they just kept knocking off their sets at the beginning of that second half and built a lot of pressure on Whitehaven, and we saw a lot of energy going out of Whitehaven, and it sort of gave us a bit of a lift, and we got a couple of tries out of it. So very pleased for the boys. They worked very hard. They sort of dug a hole for themselves in that first half, but they climbed their way out of it.
At that first half, as I say, those very quick tries were the sort of thing that coaches really don't want to see, especially that early in the game.
I was going through a few emotions then, and I was thinking about what I was going to say at half-time at that stage. So, but you know, I was calm at half-time. You know, I just said, you know, we just needed to get back into it and go set for set with them and try and gain a bit of field position and build a bit of pressure on them. And I thought they did then, and they sort of strangled them a little bit, and they couldn't really get out of their half. So all come with a big defensive set there where they couldn't get out of their 20, and we got a result out of it.
You got the result, you certainly did. Thanks very much, Phil.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Next we have the losing coach, James Coyle. James, you must be devastated by that because it was a fantastic, almost perfect first half for you.
Yeah, I think, you know, we stuck to the game plan and we had loads of energy and people were enthusiastic in that first 30 minutes, but like I said after half time to the boys, we went a little bit flat in the later stage of the first half, and I think we did pretty much the same for the majority of the second half. They were better than us in the second half, and you know their energy levels were a lot higher, and we didn't really do what we spoke about at half time, and inevitably the result was as it was.
And the sin bin as well didn't help, did it? And that's where they got their winning try.
Yeah, obviously, you know, you're down to 12 men, and we were just a little bit too stretched to cover on that right hand side. I think, yeah, obviously the sin bin probably killed the game for us.
And it's such a rivalry between these two teams that you're going to have to go away without the 2 points again.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing for us, you know. That's three this year, and we spoke about that before the game. And you know, we wanted to come away from here with the bragging rights, and I think, you know, after 30 minutes we've seemed really comfortable, and you know, and we just fell away from what we were doing. I don't know if we got a little bit complacent, but you know, we take a lot of lessons from today.
Commiserations. Thanks for talking to us, James.
Disappointed James Coyle, well he might be. They had a big lead, they were 18-0 up at one stage. In the end, Phil Vivers' men came back and they won it with a tremendous second half performance to really kick-start this Kingston Press Championship Big Bash.